Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you, and I want to talk about Ukraine's Prime Minister. This is Denis Shmyhal. Okay, that's him on the right side of your screen there. He's meeting with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and Denis Shmyhal has been meeting in the United States with multiple congressional leaders and also several states he's been visiting to over the last few days. And while he's been here, he's trying to drum up support for a potential aid package that could be getting passed, I'm hearing, as soon as Saturday. Okay, and today is Thursday, so in the next couple days, the Congress is going to be holding a vote for this Ukraine aid bill. Okay, it's like $60 billion that's been held up for multiple months now. I want to say 2, maybe 3 months. And a lot of this has been due to like political issues in the country. So yeah, they're trying to get this aid passed here. And the Ukraine Prime Minister, Denis Shmyhal, is warning that if they don't get this aid soon, they're gonna lose this war against Russia, and they need this money now. He said they didn't need it now, they didn't need it tomorrow, they needed it yesterday. That they should have gotten this aid a long time ago, but obviously there's a lot of reasons why it didn't happen. So he's warning that this could lead to World War III if Ukraine loses this war against Russia. Okay, so what he says is if Ukraine loses, the global world security system will be destroyed, and the whole world will have to look for a new security system. There will be many conflicts, wars, and this could lead to the Third World War. That's what he said. So he's obviously saying that Ukraine is technically a security system for the West to prevent World War III. So many people have been saying that. I'm going to show you a video here in just a little bit as well from Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. Okay, he's talking about this whole Ukraine aid bill and how important it is, and he's basically saying that we need to send bullets, not American boys, to go fight over there. And this is just being talked around by everybody in the West. Okay, Western countries, United States, saying that if Ukraine loses this war, there's going to be NATO troops on the ground fighting in Ukraine. Could that actually lead to it? I don't know. This could just be fear-mongering of them talking like that, but it definitely is a little concerning at least. So let's get right into this on the BBC. Ukraine warns of World War III ahead of long-stalled Congress aid vote. So there's Denis Shmyhal, the Prime Minister of Ukraine. Ukraine's Prime Minister has told the BBC there will be a third world war if Ukraine loses its conflict with Russia, as he urged the U.S. Congress to pass a long-stalled foreign aid bill. Denis Shmyhal expressed careful optimism that U.S. lawmakers would pass the hotly contested measure, which has $61 billion earmarked for Kyiv. The House of Representatives is set to vote on the package this Saturday. The proposal includes funding for Israel as well as the Indo-Pacific. Russia says any fresh American aid for Ukraine will not make a difference on the battlefield, as the situation on the front line is looking unfavorable to Kyiv. Speaking to the BBC in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, Ukraine Prime Minister Shmyhal said on the U.S. security assistance, "We need this money yesterday, not tomorrow, not today. If we will not protect, Ukraine will fall," he added. So the global system of security will be destroyed, and all the world will need to find a new system of security, or there will be many new conflicts, many such kinds of wars, and in the end of the day, it could lead to the Third World War. This is not the first time Ukraine has issued such an alarming warning about the consequences of its potential defeat. Last year, President Volodymyr Zelensky said that if Russia won the conflict, it could next invade Poland, triggering World War III. But Kremlin officials have ridiculed such claims as Western scaremongering. Last month, President Vladimir Putin dismissed suggestions that Russia might one day attack Eastern Europe as complete nonsense. So you see what I mean? This is something that's talked about quite a bit from the West. But then we have Russia coming out and saying, no, that's just scaremongering, fear-mongering, whatever you want to call it. And this is nonsense, that Russia would never attack a NATO member. Why would they want to do that? What would be our interest for that? Because obviously that would trigger Article 5, and all of NATO would come to the aid of that country that is attacked, and it would be World War III, okay? It'd be NATO versus Russia and potentially China, North Korea, whoever else gets involved, Iran. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty big news here, and I haven't actually reported on anything like this in a while. I haven't really reported on many top officials of countries, especially in the West, coming out and saying that, hey, there's going to be some sort of third world war if we don't fight Russia or whatever it might be. There was lots of that happening just prior to like maybe February or March of this year. There was like a 2-3 month span of just constant defense ministers and top NATO admirals coming out and warning of war with Russia or maybe someone in the Middle East. Okay, and this was kind of quiet for a while, but now we've got this Ukrainian prime minister coming out and warning of that. Now, would that actually happen? He could just be saying that to drum up support to get this aid package passed. But regardless, Ukraine does need this aid if they want to stay in this fight. Okay, they are losing heavily right now. They have very little artillery, air defense, anything, and they're constantly having to fall back day after day. And President Zelensky, I just reported on him last night. He just came out and said that in a PBS NewsHour interview that Ukraine was falling back consistently every day, and they were outgunned like 10-1. Okay, so I have one more thing that I want to show you here. I want to talk about this aid package just real quick. This is just a 1-minute clip of Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. Okay, this is a post from Igor Sushko, and it says, U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson, if Putin defeats Ukraine, he will invade other nations next. Providing lethal aid to Ukraine right now is critically important. I would rather send bullets to Ukraine than American boys. So here we go again. Now Speaker of the House Mike Johnson saying the same thing. Now, could they just be saying this to push support for this and just get it passed? Excuse me. Yeah, I guess so. That would make sense that they would do something like that, just kind of scare people into pushing this aid bill through. But there's a lot of pushback on this. Okay, tons of pushback. And Speaker of the House Mike Johnson here could be losing his speakership just over passing this bill. Okay, there's lots of threats of ousting him. I think it was what's her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She came out and submitted some like articles of, I think, impeachment to oust him if he passes this aid bill. So we're gonna have to see. This is gonna be crazy what happens this weekend. But I told you all this was gonna happen. That at some point they would pass this bill. It was probably just gonna come late. So let me play this for you, and we'll talk about it after.
I'm doing here what I believe to be the right thing. I think providing lethal aid to Ukraine right now is critically important. I really do. I really do believe the intel and the briefings that we've gotten that I believe Xi and Vladimir Putin and Iran really are an axis of evil. I think they're in coordination on this. I think that Vladimir Putin would continue to march through Europe if he were allowed. I think he might go to the Balkans next. I think he might have a showdown with Poland or one of our NATO allies. To put it bluntly, I would rather send bullets to Ukraine than American boys. My son is going to begin in the Naval Academy this fall. This is a live fire exercise for me, as it is so many American families. This is not a game. It's not a joke. We can't play politics of this. We have to do the right thing. And I'm going to allow an opportunity for every single member of the House to vote their conscience and their will on this. And I think that's the way this institution is supposed to work. And I'm willing to take personal risk for that because we have to do the right thing, and history will judge us. I'm doing here what
So there he says personal risk, okay? So he could be losing his speakership over passing this bill, kind of similar to what we saw with McCarthy, okay? When McCarthy got ousted, he passed a bill as well that was very unfavorable. And as soon as he did that, they basically kicked him out off speakership, and that's when Mike Johnson came in. So are we going to see that happen again? Are we going to see him get removed now too? We'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to pass this bill, and like I told you guys, it was going to happen at some point. I think they were just going to pass it kind of late, but it does look like it has a good chance of passing this weekend, and we'll see the outcome of that. But as far as I know, I think they're separating these bills. Okay, originally it was like an Israel-Ukraine aid bill kind of thing tied into, I believe, some sort of policy for the border, the southern border, considering that it's wide open. But as far as I know, they're separating all of that. So like Israel's being separated to its own bill. Ukraine is its own aid bill. And as far as I know, they're not even discussing anything at this moment regarding the border. So there's no border policy or nothing. And that's been a major issue. And I know people might be wondering, well, why are you bringing up the border? What does that have to do with Ukraine? Well, that's a large reason why this bill was held up in Congress, was over border dispute, policy changes and policy disputes, things like that, because the southern border has been open for the past almost 4 years now, and there's been, I want to say 8 to 15 million. I think they said 8 million confirmed, uh, illegal immigrants coming into the country, okay, from all over the world. And many of these people could be terrorists, and I've reported on this many, many times. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I just wanted to bring you an update regarding all this stuff, talk about this prime minister a little bit, warning of World War III, and then also give you that quick update on what's going on with the stalled package in Congress. That, yeah, in the next couple days, today's Thursday, so in the next couple days, they could be passing this, and Ukraine may be getting the aid that they've been seeking. Okay, so I know Dennis Smile, the prime minister, is happy about that. He's saying that they'll be very excited if that aid gets passed, because that will continue to allow them to be in this fight. And we also know that Ukraine just, I think they conscripted like upwards of 500,000 people by lowering their conscription age from 27 to 25. So they're going to be boosting their troop numbers, and they're going to be able to continue this war with Russia if they're able to get this aid and all these military supplies that they need from the United States. So let me know what you think down below regarding this. I know it was a lot of talking, lots of information here, but I just wanted to get this out there to you and let you know what's going on. And yeah, if you got something, smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.